And now let's take a look at the business news. The country's gross international reserves increased to $80.5 billion at end March this year from $79.5 billion at end December 2014. At the same time, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas hiked its balance of payments projections to $2 billion surplus from an earlier forecast of $1 billion. This is a reversal from last year's BOP position at $2.9 billion deficit. More details.
The Philippine dollar reserves went up to $80.5 billion in the first quarter of the year. This is higher compared to the $79.5 billion recorded last year. The central bank said this is on the back of the higher balance of payments amounting to $877 million. The balance of payments is a summary of all business the country does with the rest of the world. Sources of income for the country include remittances from overseas Filipino workers, income from exports of goods and services, foreign investments and revenues from certain industries such as tourism and business process outsourcing.
These developments in the Philippines balance happened alongside some positive developments in the world economy, such as some modest expansion in Japan, with the economic momentum also in the United States remaining firm, and some growth seen in the euro area owing largely to firming domestic demand and gradual strengthening of external trade.
Meanwhile, the Philippine imports dropped 3% due to lower prices of petroleum products. The country's export of goods, on the other hand, climbed to $10.4 billion from the $10.2 billion in the first quarter of 2014 due to the stronger demand in Hong Kong, Malaysia. Trade surplus is also higher. It went up 38.8% or $2.5 billion from the $1.8 billion in the first quarter of 2014. BPO's income reached $4.3 billion, 12.8% higher than its $3.8 billion income in 2014.
For 2015, we expect a still higher current account position on account of the continued sustainable growth, particularly in services. Personal remittances or cash remittances continue to grow. BPO revenues are expected to growing by minimum 15%, and tourism brings in more revenues for 2015.
The foreign direct investment of the country remains low compared to last year. According to BSP, about $366 million were invested in big-ticket investments of foreign capitalists in the country last year. The BSP hopes the OFW remittances will achieve a 5% growth, 14.2% growth for the country's income, and dollar reserves will reach $81.6 billion at the end of 2015.